Ernest Hemingway is often remembered as a man who confronted danger head-on. War zones, hunting safaris, deep-sea fishing. But the most complicated chapter of his life didn't begin until after it ended. Because when Hemingway died in 1961, he left behind far more than books. At the time of his death, Hemingway was one of the most valuable literary figures in the world. His novels were translated globally. Royalties arrived year after year. But his unpublished material, the drafts, the journals, the letters, that was extensive. What's important here is this. Hemingway's estate wasn't just money. It was control over words. And his control wasn't clearly assigned. After Hemingway's death, Mary Hemingway became executor of his estate. And while organizing his belongings, she discovered numerous unpublished manuscripts. Some were nearly complete. This created a dilemma, because Hemingway during his life expressed skepticism about publishing his unfinished works. But those views were informal, they weren't codified into binding instructions, so decisions had to be made. Mary ended up approving publication of several works after Ernest had passed, including A Movable Feast and Islands in the Stream. Some became commercial successes, but this sparked academic debate. Scholars questioned editing choices, family members disagreed about intent. Readers wondered whether these books reflected Hemingway at all, or had someone else finished the story for him. Once released, the works could never be undone. Over time, Hemingway's estate became fragmented. Different heirs gained influence over his publishing rights, his licensing, his image use, even his personal correspondence. This meant Hemingway's name, decades after his death, was still being actively negotiated. Not because he planned it that way, but because he didn't plan it clearly enough. Hemingway was meticulous with his language. Every word chosen, every sentence felt earned. But the absence of precise estate planning meant others were left to interpret his intentions, with permanent consequences. This is the part most people miss. See, estate planning is not just about assets, it's about authorship. Who gets to decide what represents you when you're no longer here to say yes or no? At Legacy Guard, that's the focus. Clear instructions, clear authority, no guessing. Because once a legacy starts speaking on its own, you don't get to edit it. Legacy Guard. Your legacy, your way.